right. Welcome to another edition of the Tribune Salone Sports Show. And today I do with Dopeii as usual. We wait for Emmanuel for join we. Hopefully, go join we later on in the show. But I also get a special guest in the show today. We na Patrick Fallah. We na the founder and president for the Sierra Leone Dix. Is it Dix Throwing Association? Dix Flying Association, the Sierra Leone Dix Flying Association. And well, for many people in a new sport in the country, but also help for share the life far and wide as we go bring you lots of sporting information inside the show. And we go also do a weekly giveaway. We will give two people cash today. No worry, two people will get a cash prize and then go win, but share the live as we wait for Emmanuel. We'll come back and talk to you. Let me take a short break. When I come back, I'm going to introduce me co-host and we guest for today. All right, welcome back. Let's start with you, Dopeii. Dopeii, what's up? What's going on from last week? Dopeii, you mic there off.
Oh yes, I could for put on mute. Yeah, I'm okay, Maggie. I'm fine. How's your week? How's everything? What's your goal to?
It's been good. Sydney FC win the Sydney Derby yesterday, so that's fantastic.
What are the week?
Yeah, we win 1-0 to return the favor back. You know, so they'll be beat to 1-0 as well. I'll be making Emmanuel on our way.
Yes, yeah.
So
now we play home or they play home?
Now they play home. Now they host we now.
Okay, so we're gonna host there. And between now, we'll be there.
Emmanuel on our way. Say not there with you again. And Sierra Leone, they knocked we out at the Multicultural World Cup yesterday. Through penalties, but it is what it is.
Against South Korea or North Korea?
As in South Korea. I'm glad you because Arsenal and draw. But like I'm to we guess. Welcome to the show, Patrick. Patrick, what you say from your side?
Good morning.
All right. Thanks for joining us, Patrick. We'll get from you more soon inside the show. So you already out there, all you can do, help and share the live as we go for do we giveaway later. But the most important thing, tell you how the Salone Premier League they go. What you think about the league and Bo Rangers, then dominance are playing 12 matches without a defeat, unbeaten in the league so far inside the first round. What you think about that? And whose team feels they go challenge Bo Rangers for the Premier League now? Then they lead Mighty Blackpool with 8 points clear off the top of the table. Blackpool will have to play tomorrow against FC Johansen. If they win, then go cut them down small. But as of now, Bo Rangers they lead. They top. Anyways, Lions beat yesterday Dopeii team. They win 1-0 and against Bible Warriors. Inside them beat by Warriors inside a tough ground. That ground they for let us win the noisy inside Port Loco, but Lions do the magic. So it is what it is, and more matches than good day, and we will bring you more updates inside the show. But first up, let me start with the guest at the show. Patrick, before I start with you, I'll bring this interview where we guys and do with you yesterday.
Fallah, I play ultimate frisbee.
How this sporting discipline come about in Salone?
Well, actually, this sporting discipline come about due to some of we seniors them now a particular NGO where we be the work of the volunteer and we themselves be there ahead of we. This NGO go by the name World Made Flesh. They get some white friends them with America now they be introduced me to this game. And ever since right about 2005 or 2006, we will begin play this game in Sierra Leone. We go at the beach, Beach every Saturday, and then they play this game. But thus far we don't can now. and we don't go old now. We have thoughts and fit say if this sport here and they play in other countries, then people let them make a living out of them. People let them see them as a profession. Why not we not go empower we own party themselves? We know one day go through this organization. Why not we not go spread this game here to Freetown and Sierra Leone as a whole?
How many athletes or players they play this sporting discipline?
Well, presently in Sierra Leone, we get more than 50 athletes them win a flying disc athletes where they play ultimate frisbee.
No, by game.
By game, well, for game, this sport's not a 7-a-side sport, a 7-man against a 7-man, or a 7-woman against a 7-woman. And this sport also, they left room for what we call mixed gender. It means a man and woman can then at the same team, and but the only thing no more than for be in the same ratio.
Okay, normally we can see that this sporting discipline they play on a carpet, artificial turf. Why not they play on a gravel ground?
Well, currently you just get for use waiting day. You understand? We not get access for use of carpet grass, so definitely now this we get. So we self now this we they use, and some 10 and day again, these sports then they play on a beach. Some 10 and day again we can go on a beach and go play.
How you they come about for making points?
Well, actually, ultimate frisbee is a non-contact self-refereed sport. It means we the inside are responsible for make calls and infractions, as the case may be. You they pass the disc just as you they pass the football to one another until you reach the opponent's end zone and you catch them inside the. And that's you don't make points.
How many total of points will they make you win the game? And what will be your message to people we get interest or we don't follow the sports discipline?
Well, actually, the first team for make a total of 15 points, they win the game in international frisbee. In amateur and beginner frisbee like this one, we can decide some 10 and they almost points that we want to make. But today we play to standard rules and standard regulations. So 15 now be the set goal. And the message I want to send to everybody out there is that ultimate frisbee is a sport we can for stay, and ultimate now a very good sport, good for the mind and for the body. I want to encourage we all. We get interest in this game. Every Saturday we then have Prince of Wales School grounds and we dey practice. So if you want to learn, come to Prince of Wales School ground. And if you want to reach out to we there on Facebook at Sierra Leone Flying Disc Federation. You can go on our page, give me a like, follow me, and drop me a message.
All right, that's now the voice of Patrick, and Patrick there with we, where he happened to be the president for the association. Patrick, first of all, you don't explain to guys, but for possible just log on and click for watch the show live, and go on for know what in this flying dicks sport they about.
Well, the flying disc sport, just like any other sport, is there for every physically, just like any other sport, to get social benefits.
We need to get you clear.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So the flying disc sport, as I've been saying, is sport where they just like any other sport. For you get health benefits, social benefits, recreational benefits, and also presently we find out in other countries people learn take them as a profession and they make a living out of it. So then they all bring about the idea for start the flying disc or frisbee in Sierra Leone.
All right. So when you talk about flying discs, what's in the equipment made of? Because we know, say soccer, you get football, tennis, you get racket, you get a small ball, cricket also you get tinyon, you get wicket, you get bats, you get all that stuff. Then they so what's in with this what they see now not just a single equipment, but what's it made of? If I look and ping out of it, say na ball cover for cover rest.
Yes. Many people also can feel in a plate for each pan or something like that. But the flying disc, it be made of rubber. Now a 175 gram disc, easy for all, portable, and you're able for throw any light, you throw from one person to another. So not so an harmful object, just like any other sporting equipment. The main sporting equipment in ultimate frisbee. Now that flying display where we can refer to as frisbee. We can call that display frisbee. We mean say now most time the game, people can just call the game frisbee.
All right. So you talk about NGOs that have been when are from they wanna copy this game when are they be the player. And I'm sure these people come from America. So this frisbee go be new to many Sierra Leoneans. Tell me about some of the rules that were involved and how before the rules them just tell me first of all how you do for get players them and bring them into the game itself because I know say it been difficult when I start for get people for understand the game itself.
Yeah, some of these players, them, or some of my brothers, them, where we all in at the executive and when we start this vision, most of them we don't pass through this organization at one point in time. So like I just reach out to them, I tell them, say, this thing, now the idea this way I get, and we all know say frisbee, don't say who they play. I'm like me, I don't play more than 12 years. You understand?
Really?
But I just play them as fun or recreation every Saturday where I get time for join that NGO in a beach when I want made flesh. But I talk to them and them see I'm fit say themselves for car on board. So one of the first thing where we try for do, we get to see youth them still when our boy picking them and girl picking them where they part of this organization still and then self can play. So we talk to them and we tell them what's in our vision and what's in our idea and what's in our goals where we get for the sport. And after that day again, what we try for do, we don't hit the schools them, the secondary schools them at Freetown. We don't start with the Prince of Wales Government Secondary School Kingdom and Fleming School. And this first quarter of the year, we target have reached 10 schools, of which positively we don't go up to a positive start and we'd already reach 3 schools. So if you look at the makeup yesterday of the exhibition match we get, you will find out say most of the players them will be there on show yesterday. Now more of senior secondary school picking them we will get yesterday. And when then are youth, obviously then they try for grow the sports themselves and then they try transfer the sports to them, competence, show them competence we know nobody sports. Then they help we for spread the sports at the school. Some of the spectators or most of the spectators there yesterday themselves now people them or school going Bobo and Titi them we get interest in the sport. But yesterday became too early for them as they not been get enough practices for play the way we go want for let them play. So most of them yesterday have been spectators. So now thus far we don't go in trying for make sure say these sports reach out. So we did not the schools them now. Next we the hit communities, all the part of we goals.
Okay. All right. Talking about you playing the game for over 12 years now. So is it that when they play closed doors or it was just within the organization or the like the NGO people that were introduced Antona?
Yes, it's something like that. Just within the organization, now we be they get people will be they play this sport. So if you look now, Freetown, before we start, all the people that will be they play this sports now, Freetown here. So they in one way or the other, they must not pass through this organization.
All right. Continue for story 2. We can talk about the technicalities of the sport and how far not don't go for get connections with World Federation. Stay with me, Patrick. And if you're out there, you want to ask Patrick question, you can ask some question. Or if you self want to be part of the freebie, you go nice. No saying how to quickly play together the two on some kind of dicks like we get with. So Dopeii. Dopeii,
Yeah.
I know say you know sportsman, you don't follow sports for a long time, just like myself. But is it new to you? The
No,
flying, yeah.
no. I'm very happy now. I don't go to a salon. Fly frisbee or flying frisbee in Australia. Now one of the most sports play in university. I get university friend that are gonna Western Sydney and Sydney Uni. It's a very competitive sport in the uni aspect, and they use boots like football boots because obviously they play out with grass, so they use football boots. And the only difference is they use the frisbee. It's very competitive. Don't get me wrong. And one of the most, I think, frisbee with Ostag and touch football in that university regime, like the sports that they play for extracurricular activities. It's very, very intense. In Australia, it's very well known. And we, like for me, we're going to beach. We can play Ultimate Friday there. I used to play as a kid, Ultimate Frisbee. I used to play as a kid as well. So it's something that's been, ongoing for a long time. But I never took it like it was a competitive sport until I had friends that would go to uni that play it as a competitive sport. Unfortunately, it's not a national recognition sport, so it's not known around the world everywhere. But on some parts of the country, like for example, Saudi Naya, obviously we recognize that. But now, it's good that somebody was Sierra Leone don't start something like this. It gives the people a chance to, expand their mind in terms of sports. Because now, sports, when you say sports, the category Iboku,
Yeah.
back in the days when you say sports, you just say football, you say maybe running, you say basketball, maybe not the main one then now. But now when you say sports, there's a whole heaps of list of things that people that they classify as sports, and this is classified as a sport. It's very physical, it's very challenging, and there's point scoring, there's a referee, there's rules, So like I'm happy now. The only thing now, maybe they will get like a better turf for play on, because injury is very prone as well. Injury, but ultimate frisbee, because of the dynamic movements. They do a lot of dynamic movements. So congrats to you, Mr. Patrick, for encouraging the young ones to take this new sport on board, even though you've been doing it for a while. But to their eyes, it's very new. So congratulations to you to showing it to the country.
All right. So, Patrick, the taker from Musa Dopeii stop. I see people already done. They send the hashtag Mag Sports. Yeah, send the hashtag and be part of the first draw, and make you enjoy the whole of your week. It might be say you win today, get your money today, because now he send everything. And then mind you, now Alfred Rowe. Alfred of Barcelona. Alfred now the sponsor this giveaway. Alfred support Barcelona, Leicester City, and Mercato Bulls. Yeah, 3 teams that want to get a support.
You get him though.
That's supposed to play giveaway. So Alfred is sponsor the giveaway for the next 3 weeks. Well, what do we do, Dopeii? We they get 3 people or 5 people one day. So one give people more chance. And we can let now the show. So now we decide say 2 people per one show instead of we waste all the money one rain day. So we will get we dey manage na Salo come on now, it will manage the economy. The person wey dey win today, if I pull by the money, buy Valentine gift for in person. But anyways, wanna check. Let me go. Okay, so Patrick, tell me about the turf, the playing area, because I know Prince of Wales venue. Now they people they go watch cricket. If you don't synonymous to cricket, and I don't know how they do now, because I understand say the Prince of Wales man maybe they ask the cricket people them out, and I don't get the venue. But that turf is very strong. It's very strong. So this sports when I supposed to play on a carpet turf. So how now they do for cope? And Dopeii make a very salient point about injuries and all.
Well, presently, what we try for do, especially to an extent, na a new sport. What we try for do, they involve this pitch when at the Prince of Wales stuff, because we want for show them the rules them, especially when our new people and they're on board. We want to let them know all the rules them. By playing regularly, now the more you sabi the rules them. You understand? So that's the main thing for now. We want to let the rules get across. We want to let the idea of the game go across. We want to get more people on board, more players them we go on for play this sport. We want to get them on board. And then from there, we go look at the venue, because right now we're very tough. You understand? As not only them pitch there, so let's say Prince of Wales, just then dusty fields them that we get now. We not get access to maybe a carpet grass. Maybe if you want to go play in a SS camp, you have to pay like 300,000 or 400,000 for 2 hours. So like and considering the fact that we now a new setup, we now just a bunch of young people them we decide for come with this idea where they live mainly or the sustainability of this game they come up from our own pocket. It will be difficult for them to take up such venture. So we just get for make do with what's available now. All waiting are glad now is that the idea of the game, the rules of the game, the regulations, they get across to the new one that we want for play. So now the main thing that they end. This please me also in a plainer beach. You understand? There is a whole sect of we then call beach ultimate or beach frisbee. We self can play a beach. Sometimes we can take the new one them for going beach, let them see how the beach you sound like. But we won't forget them used to the level ground, for let themselves know waiting it feel like, if they get a chance now for playing at the artificial turf. Because one of the funny thing where we can make note of among ourselves when at the one that we don't play for long, we can say this much we don't play that and kind to come to run the eye. Playing artificial turf, it go easy for it. But then they just they happen because we not get the facility for playing artificial turf.
All right. Well, quick one. As you talk about artificial turf, let we go to Moriton. I will come to you back. A few days ago we share a picture of the pitch where they make now Moriton. It's not a big pitch, but I think it will help people there like Patrick and sport for get sustainable playing area. We will save the players and from add injuries. So if you look at the pitch structure now, Moriton where then they try for finish now. This na Fan Sierra Leone. Now project where it don't say, from where they salary but this project, even before the SS camp war, they everybody Moriton one as well. And then they try for spread the artificial turf there where this picture it go good for other people where they play game within that ending at the West and other sporting association themselves. Dopey, what do you think about this development, taking artificial turf to the communities?
Yeah, Maggie, look, at the end of the day, it's all about development, as a country, as a nation, and even as people. We need to learn how to develop we country and encourage people to get into sports. And this is now one of the way for give people that encouragement, that entitle say, oh, we have facilities so we can produce the best fighters, the best footballers, the best swimmers, the best runners, because this facility, the way that they develop, now you get for help them player there become somebody someday. You know, people like Mohamed Kalon, they didn't have all these privileges when they were coming up playing football, or they were just playing on the streets. From that day and go showcasing talents to the world. So with this small developments where they don't do, you go see, maybe you go get about 10, 15, maybe 20 boys from local academies or even from the Sierra Leone Premier League, get bought by clubs in Europe or clubs in America, because this shows that they can play in the same category and same level as those guys playing overseas because they've got the facility, and this will teach them how to play in facility like this. This is not just until we get used to every day, artificial ground or lentil and day. And also it's not an easy thing to maintain, especially in Sierra Leone. For maintain this artificial ground add for maintain past grass. If they water artificial ground pass where they water grass, yeah, because what would they play after time they see the water they go, because it takes a lot of absorption, especially with the heat. Where the
Yeah.
place hot, hard to play on artificial ground. Me that's all, I don't play the artificial gun with warm. Now the worst because it boots the melt. So all that thing and they don't play, they get forget used to that. But it's good that somebody is taking this step, doing things like this, because this is what encourages them. This is not this that this get for wake everybody up. It gets them excited. I go and if me a professional and a salo at the playing go like this. I go gladly for gap na money for go play, for go train. But if I get something where I know say if I miss the ball, I buck my foot, I need able, I know go excited for do that day. So that's very good. It's a very good encouragement. I'm very happy for that. I'm very, very happy.
All right. Well, that's now fancy football for a new tomorrow. Now an organization where get Danish people them from Denmark, an organization where players them like you get players like is it Victor Moses? No, Christian Moses. Christian Moses come through from an all the other one, then they do well in terms of promoting handball as well, helping with pitches now the provinces and equipment, and the guys the way they run their organization as Salon Self, they do well for taking to the communities, to less privileged people, and bringing out artificial tornado. And are the same people will fix the one at SS camp. They don't do this, but we now Easter we have to advocate for ourselves. If West don't
No,
get
we go back. We need one.
yeah, so we
not
need
to
one now
confidence.
that Easter. So we they call on fan salon for think about we the Eastern people there. We get plenty pitches now Eastern. We still get
In fact,
talented players.
we get the space past there, self. We get the space.
Yeah,
So-
so we got talents them now Easter where they stray, they pull cocoa, where they play ball, they pull cocoa. So while them play and fine gun, please fans think about East Coast. Think about East Coast, you know. We got fantastic players them. So please, with a big una. Anyways, people enjoy they put hashtag Max Tribune and even they contribute to the show. We'll tell you what you think about Premier League, what you think about flying dicks, and ask questions, and then we can enjoy the show together. So so far so good. That's it for the Moriton pitch where Fan Salon they fix. We will continue with the show, and then we'll come again to Patrick. After that, we will take with first giveaway, and then after that we can talk about the Salon Premier League, or probably we'll bring you news about swimming before we go to the Premier League. But for now, Patrick, so tell me but how you can do for get players. I say when I don't take the game to the school yourself. I see call all the school in our West End day. A big now for go smaller is there. Now so they don't do cricket, take cricket on fast in a Kingdom. Cricket is Kingdom. What you call about Sierra Leone national cricket team itself is Kingdom. So they big or less for coach Cox, where they make them picking and they play cricket in a grafting. But the main side of East from Kisif, Betego, we don't get cricket there. But please, we don't want to flying dicks be like cricket. So tell me what are some of the strategies for get players there, because some picking them and people don't want to let them do sports at all.
Yeah, mainly waiting we get for try for do. We get a 2-year plan where we work towards, and inside this first year we want to take the game to the schools. Then after that we hit the communities. Then after we don't hit the communities, we want to try for make sure say the whole of Freetown get the game. And after that we go to the provinces. The last time I be there on radio, somebody be ask how we able for do for go to the provinces. And God willing, we know say that time they reach, we go don't get enough financial support, enough support morally, enough resources for let we able for go now the provinces, because this not a game where we want for, as you say, keep only on the western side. We want for let them reach, we self go the Pasna street, we see picking and they send the frisbee about, and we self go feel so proud of what we don't do.
All right, that's gonna be nice. Maggie, una self the draw today, mama, no worry. All right, no, we go wait and see. Also, una don't draw yesterday, una don't draw. We no got problem. Now that Man City together. Who they look for loopholes. Anything will happen, then we can. Una not for rule way out. That's all. Somebody they say, but in flying the digs, how are you protecting the head of the players and also their shoulders? Because this might hit them and they might have a cut from it. Is there any protection gear?
Yeah, well, in flying this, even in international standard, there is no protection gear, because flying this gear, what we call the spirit of the game. If you play international frisbee or you don't follow frisbee for so long, we get what we call spirit of the game, where they take note that we all for sure sportsmanship. That is why the sports now is self-refereed sport. We inside are we responsible for make calls and infractions. We only get an on-site referee where we go to in case of any dispute, or in case there is a call where the two parties they're not able to agree on. But mostly flying this will be refereed by we inside where they expect we for sure sportsmanship. Nobody know will take the disc and weapon by company. In fact, not to like football, flying disc is a non-contact sport. You don't need for flash you company, you don't need for tackle you company. No. The only thing, just like waiting you coast, they say is that the dynamics of the running go make you jam your company. That's all. But intentionally, nobody who have been competing. That's why we've been creating exhibition match yesterday for let people and go watch the sport. Because you can block the frisbee with your hand, and your hand are a more secure spot, and nobody no go throw the disc by you.
Okay. All right. Somebody asked for Emmanuel. Well, we saw Emmanuel get something personal where he hook up to today. You know, go join me, but hopefully Emmanuel will join me next Sunday. We self they miss him so much. The person they safe now because Arsenal draw a loss. Is it 2 loss, 1 draw? Now make Emmanuel on away.
Money.
He's busy. He's busy. He's got something to do. That's why. Mr. Patrick, I will come to you later, but let me take we first giveaway draw, and then I will see we get 32 people already. We don't enter for the draw. Let's go.
Yeah, 32. Aziz. Hey, Dimitrios. Wait. Wait. It just message. I'm afraid I just saw.
Yeah, I just now afraid I win.
I'm afraid I just don't send the message.
It just say hi Maggie.
Yes.
Today na woman first win. I know that Alfreda can always watch we show and they follow the page as well. Thanks, Alfreda, and congratulations for winning. You go get a call from Petros after the show. Yeah, but share the page, Alfreda, to your friends them so they go follow we as well. Alfreda Winston didn't a career person I win. What's up, one? Alfreda, tell me in the comment section who's team they support because they begin for all people their money. There are people that their team them they go they begin all their money. Yeah, if not Chelsea, they. All right, congratulations, Alfreda. All right, I go reset the draw again. Not feel like go win. You still get chance. Oh, wait, so the boss will sponsor the show now, Alfred.
Alfreda win, Alfreda. Na partnership.
Man, then go keep meeting, They go keep meeting, but then kick Dimitros out of the door, then kick him. Aziz say don't come back.
I think say maybe Alfreda don't go behind the scene.
Alfreda wished in a Creole business, but nothing will go. All right, keep watching, keep sharing, let's have fun, keep asking questions in the comment section. It's the Max Tribune show. And also, one was a thanks to manager Alpha, Emmanuel, all the guys who don't sponsor the giveaway. Yeah, we get more people we go sponsor. Don't worry, if you don't win today or that time day, you go win. We get another giveaway for you later on in the show. Before we go again to we guest, let me take a quick news about swimming. The Sierra Leone Swimming Association, where they will change the name to Aquatic, Sierra Leone Aquatic Association. They prepare for one championship, and the Max Tribune team being caught up with them during a training session beach, and at this, the coach and one of the swimmers then we get for say.
Konneh, the head coach for the former Sierra Leone Swimming, Diving and Water Polo Association, but now Sierra Leone Aquatic.
Okay, we may understand that only prepare for the World Aquatic Competition. How the preparation is ongoing?
We don't prepare long ago for the upcoming games in Australia. We're in the Australian Swimming Championship. As you can see in the background now, where the swimmers and they do physical training. Right now, in a physical session we get with the swimmers and we're on intensive training for meet up this all important swimming competition in Australia.
In a summary, you go able for explain to me how many athletes or swimmers would expect to represent Salone?
Four swimmers will take to the championship in Australia.
So it's not a different category then you go participate?
The different type, now the 4 different strokes you get for swim, freestyle, butterfly, breaststroke and backstroke.
Okay, we also understand say from FINA Salone they changed to Sierra Leone Aquatic Association. Before it was Sierra Leone Swimming Association. Why?
Yeah, because you know the world now they live now in the electronics world, and everything they change from FINA now na world aquatic. So all the federation of the whole world get for change the name. So we said they do we launch him by God in power the 14th of this month, February. All they change from Sierra Leone swimming to Sierra Leone aquatic.
So it could be your wrap-up message to those where they follow the sporting discipline when I'm swimming.
A wrap-up message to the one that way they follow swimming in Sierra Leone. We follow them the help for support we financially because government say try, but like not enough because for take care of swimmers them, it's not really easy. And the executive always they dip in the hand of their pockets for make sure say things happen for the athletes and not really easy. So they call on board and the corporate houses them, let them come on board for support Sierra Leone aquatic. For that we will push Sierra Leone go before in terms of aquatic.
So, how swimming look like for you?
Well, swimming not bad because swimming a way of life. As usual, everybody needs for this. Swimming a way of life for everybody. Not so bad discipline for anybody.
Okay, now we understand say then they on the preparation forget 4 athletes for who represent Salone now the world competition. We're fortunate for select you. What are the expectations?
Very expected because from last year I only prepare for past games, long past, and I still on a preparation for the future of games that will come forward. So I still prepare for any games that come.
So if they select you at the first international competition this?
Yeah. They select me the last one in December, but unfortunately to me the documentation and not me complete. Unfortunately I'm not able to go.
Okay, being a woman, how can it look like for you in terms of the sporting discipline?
Sometimes it's very challenging, but the aspiration they put and they try a lot because sometimes we need some things that we certainly will afford. At least we try a little bit to afford.
Okay, so it could be a message or motivation to women them or maybe no one for come on board for involve themselves into swimming.
I encourage everybody, whether you're a man or a woman, just believe in yourself. And as they say, anyone step we take and starting from anything, just grab and say this at the drum. Just take a move. Make up your mind, focus and say you can do it. Everybody can do it.
All right, that's now the voice of the swimmers and Elizabeth and also Coach Sheku. Yeah, they prepare and one for wish them all the best in their preparation. We continue with the show, but Dopeii, what do you think about we swimmers them in a salon in terms of participation and their representation in international competitions as well?
I mean,
So many sporting disciplines in Sierra Leone. Eh?
Yeah, look, it's I'm very excited. I'm very, very excited. I'm happy because, like, if you ask this question some time ago in the past, say Salome, all these sporting discipline, we're taking part in major championships. We're getting involved. We're getting out there. We're putting our hands up. We're giving it a go because at the end of the day, it's all about trying, and the country is trying in terms of sports, which is very, very good because it gives these young people a chance to showcase their talent. It gives them a chance for escape whatever they're going through in their everyday life. Sport sometimes can be an escape.
The sporting discipline,
you go to every day. So like you don't know what it's somebody to go to every day, but when they don't go to that thing where they love for do, either now swimming, football, or etc. etc. That 1 or 2 hour where they can help their mental, mental capacity feel better. Sometimes sport is mental, not physical. Your mentality is what makes you become better and better and better. You can be the strongest, but if your mentality not day up here, it's hard. And swimming is one of the most mental sports. Swimming is very hard. It can be very physical, but mentality therefore be very strong. And the fact say like these people you can tell in the background, they train very hard. They want to go and showcase their talent. They might not win the gold medal, but the fact say they don't put their hand up, they don't show up, and they don't get into that pool and swim and do the best they can do. Because at the end of the day, you just do your best. The fact that they forget do their best, that they go get a taste of international scene. because obviously when they get for good, they get for meet the best swimmers in the world at an international level,
Yeah.
and international and global level, it's another thing coming. But it doesn't mean that we're gonna shy away from having this opportunity. It just means we're gonna learn from whatever happens from this opportunity. So
Oh,
congratulations to the swimmers, and hopefully they come here or wherever the championship is gonna take place, and they smash it.
it's gonna be in Brisbane, hopefully. But every sporting discipline aside football or soccer, they complain about government support in terms of giving them per
Because
diem,
it's the national
giving
number
them
one sport in the world.
allowances, a sponsorship as well.
Yeah.
You get from Sheku, the coach, they call on people for support them because for him, not a government number for the key, and it don't become a norm. I can tell you, the cricket girls and boys since 2021 they went into tournaments, no money, no sponsorship from the government. It's also happy with the beach volleyball girls. They went into a tournament, emerged as the champions, no support. So, what do you think about this situation and how you feel say we for overcome them as sports people?
I think the, there has to be a structure. There needs to be a plan in place. That's one thing first, because you're not gonna tell me say all that money they give football, they need to pull small for get all this little up and coming and all this established other sports in the country. The possible way they're in charge. If you call yourself the minister of sports, you need to come up with a structure. First of all, sit down with all these president there of every single sporting federation, whether it be football, basketball, soccer, swimming, judo, cricket. You need to sit down all these federation there and come up with a structure, in terms of funding, because they need to get funding, because with that funding, then they can decide on how they're going to use it to build these people then at the team, or build the sports, or get equipment, or set up training session or training camp, etc. etc. But if they not get funding and the government itself, they focus on the main soccer or football and all these other sports that they pass off, it's not gonna go. It's not a good look, because you need to give them back a chance. You never know who's gonna come home with the medal, you know. So I think it has to start with the federation, and it has to start with the government to sit down and come up with a funding structure plan to fund all this money. Even if they do fundraisers, you can do fundraisers. You start from there, appeal to NGOs across the world. They're able, drop some little sponsorship there and there. Fundraisers, NGOs, government side. We get Bokuman in our country, we get money. You want to tell me say they able deep under their pockets for sponsor one or two club there or one or two team there. So there's a lot that
Yeah,
can be done.
it's a
I just
difficult
the people that
situation.
normal need. I the people that normal need for attack this situation. That's
Yeah.
it. You know.
Yeah. Well, at times you get the right people that they come around and people they give them back. I could remember table tennis,
Even for people and guys.
the sport where Emmanuel be the play, then get one of the best president during around 2016 to 2018, where Nabi Ali. Um uh the guy there by Old Road, he get a very popular name now. Those Lebanese guys. He was doing his best. Now the first guy we can introduce every weekend tournament for table tennis, and that make Emmanuel then grow more, then come
Exactly.
improve in the sport every weekend. And he need to do with dry hand. They put championship prize. They put
Yeah,
championship
because
prize every weekend. They call journalism for go cover. And at the end of the day, they fed the guy. They say they don't want the guy again. And if they not do there anything because they try to put things in place, some people they don't want to go the right way. So
the
they get
problem,
issue
man.
with them. Yeah.
The problem,
Ali
man.
Lakish, I don't remember his name. Ali Lakish was the president for table tennis by then. That was the guy who came, and then we had to see people like Emmanuel growing in the sport because table tennis with all reach now big man and woman and they go down stadium for go play and for reduce weight. But when Ali Lakish come, it involved the kids. It bring a lot of kids come. One Bobo be the way they even challenge. They come up from that Alosak bakery side around Frobe Road or so. They challenge Emmanuel in table tennis. Emmanuel know the boy what they tell you about. He was 14, 15 years old at that time. Young
Ah,
boy. He was so good. He was doing exceptionally well. He even traveled, go out of Sierra Leone, perform well in junior tournaments because at that time there was a grading process. Every weekend, they improve. You want for beat the person will beat you the last weekend. But what did the association do? Some people then gang up and fetch the man try for pull them out. So it's hard, but like you say, people like for make tower for do
yeah,
something.
you get for vets. You never give up because like that guy, what for example, what thing I need to do, Maggie, where you say you get tournaments, then you say you get prize, even if you don't get prize, you say you get medal. It's an incentive as an athlete. You need something to fight for, you need something to work towards. Somebody with to do sports. You need that motivation for grab every morning for go do that thing the way you love for do. There's a gap go do and because you want to do it. That guy give them people that need motivation. People like Emmanuel, people like that young boy say every Saturday I get tournaments. So during the week, what's I need for do for practice? Because I know say I know I'm gonna lose. That sports now something you need incentive, you need motivation. And with that motivation, they need to build yourself mentally, physically, character, everything. And obviously, then people then they see say, and the thing about we Sierra Leoneans, some of us we lack development. I don't know why we hate for develop. It's not a good thing. Development is good. Why you knock off?
We
Why?
post about the Moriton field. We post about it on the page.
Our
Could
guy
you
will
believe?
say,
People say
no
not
to
lie.
salon. After the
Say no to
comments,
salon.
why? We lack development as a country, as a nation, even as a people. We don't let for other person do good, but we like for Gladys for other country, the other man there. Why not go for Gladys for your own? Why can't we start from home?
Yeah, I could remember
what is the
again
problem?
when Babadi starts, like play, he talk about say they can build stadium. People like begin saying a lie. Who said they
Yeah,
pull the money to do? He continue for do. And now what did they say? They put that blocks them. Social media say now money
no,
they thief for do. So
for
people
do.
like I don't understand.
We
But
just lack
anyways,
development. If you like saying a party would do where somebody want to develop any part of salon or anybody want to develop, if you like saying what's in the
yeah, but
person
Alex now Babadi fits them more dopey. Babadi fit it
good,
guys.
nine good, man.
Guys.
That's the type of people we need.
You
I
know,
like
watch nobody move on with his stuff.
I like people that they will need for the forefront because the battle not easy. If you get that
Yeah.
guy man and they for first year battle and they tell you anytime we can jam me, they jam and back. And you go for games, but they tell you they make it the games, you say, this guy will run to all team, nothing in the war. People that like Babadi, that the people that now they will need. People that way they know so they know the reason why did they do that thing and they because they want to develop the country in terms of sports. Now that kind of people that they will need. But the other one they now they do
Yeah.
for this
It's
for
a
this for
whole
their own
country. We not get a single indoor facility.
single,
A
not a single,
single
not a
indoor.
one.
Not
Even a,
one.
even a standard of a field besides the stadium where they pay bill, even a standard. Without stadium, look the Premier League this year, Maggie. Let's just have a look. Without the stadium, who's are the people that they play?
Yeah. Now strong grown as well. It hard for
Exactly,
the players there. All right,
exactly. It's
Patrick,
an
I know so
ongoing.
only for a while. When they come to the Premier League just now for discuss, I'm telling you in the comment section what you think about Bow Rangers. They lead 8 points off Mighty Blackpool. Mighty Blackpool go play tomorrow against FC Johansen, but in the meantime, Bow Rangers they lead them 8 points clear. And you get this the Lions, you get Bible Warriors, Sport Authority, they all day behind them. What do you think? And who do I think say go able for challenge them for the trophy? Or you think say as it is so now that's still first round, so still get second rounds for playback. But Patrick, you come in Patrick, they say good, great job by the young man Patrick. And from Dimitros, they say, Mr. Patrick, what is the end scores to determine the winner? So let's start from there now. So they come to the technicality quick one. So how you they determine say this person like in football we get scores in we get time sports, some sport in at time like athletics, swimming, those are time sports, cycling. You get score in sports where now like football and other one them cricket and all. If I cricket we call them runs and all. Then in volleyball and basketball na points as sports them. So tell we about your sports how now they determine the winner.
In frisbee or ultimate frisbee, we dey determine the winner by order they get the highest number of points. The goal now for let the one team make points more points sorry than the other team. And in international frisbee, the goal set now 17 points. The first team where they reach 17 points, they call automatically done in at the end of the game.
Okay. So 17 points and then when they play for. And
Yes, 17 points.
according to your interview, you talk about the pitch level and all. So how many players they play and what are the dynamics of the pitch owner need for play this sport?
Okay, the pitch now like any football pitch, the length now 110 meters, but the width now just 37 meters. So inside that length, they we get the end zones them. Both end zones now like 37 meters. Then we get the playing field. Middle side we dey play we now like 64. The end zones them now like we go see now the goalie span spot. And the goal line the way they send this frisbee. And if your teammates catch you inside that end zone there because now two line just like American football. If you play a catch am inside the then down in a point.
All right. So we get sport like kabaddi where look similar, but in kabaddi na strength business and all. Then in the man and sport, but we play on a salo. We get sport them Dopeii, we get kabaddi, we get
They play in
strongest
your
man.
sport.
Eh?
Because
Yeah,
you're
we
putting
get
the money
kabaddi.
now, don't go take the
Yeah,
sport.
we even get roll ball. Maybe later Max that we go show live roll ball game today because roll ball and get for play the skate guys them they play roll ball today. We go show a live hopefully. And but honestly there are a lot of sporting discipline. So partly talking about the technicalities of the game now. What are some of the rules and regulations we govern the sport?
One of the main thing I want to make mention of is that one, as I said earlier on, frisbee is a non-contact sport. It means say open to all ages because you no need for kick you company, you no need for patai company, you no need for slap you company as you see at the background. Everybody they maintain a distance from in company. Now, one of the things I want to make mention is that the fact that any player will hold on to that disc, they not move with the disc. You can't move with the disc. You can't run with the disc. No sooner you don't pass the disc, no sooner the disc don't carry your hand, you for stop. If you be the run, all other players can run if they not get the disc. But you will handle the disc as you see at the background. You not for run because if you run with the refer to them as traveling, we against you. And another thing, any intentional contact with the call them as foul. Any intentional contact with the call them as foul. And also, if you team in possession of the frisbee or of the disc, una not for drop am. Una the pass am to una self, whilst the other team they try for intercept for bad time left for on a gun and then take am or then catch am. But you when are you there in possession, you know for drop am. If you drop am, automatically that's a turnover. So the other team they take the plate. Now for any point where we dey change end zones, like where we dey change goal. For any point where we make, we dey change end zones. So these are the main things them or the main rules them and the game of ultimate frisbee. And one thing again, you play away handle the disc, you not get all day. You get just 10 seconds for release the frisbee. Now make if you look, you find out say the players they're not a tail with the plate. And the sports, as I say earlier on, they promote sportsmanship. One man a win game because you expect definitely for Senam to compete LA compete catch am. And you need for Senam to compete within at the end zone for catch am. You cannot run with the disc. So one man they win game. So this now is sport where they help with sportsmanship skills and with the help we also for able for include myself and the game. Not so like football, one man go vex take the ball, card all man and score.
Okay, so also another thing we go like for no. You talk about refereeing, where say now una self the ref una self and una get one outfield referee. So how una able for determine fouls for say me don't play this person foul or this don't play me foul. This no work out confusion.
Yes, that's why in the game of ultimate frisbee, as I said earlier on, we get what we call spirit of the game. If the contact's intentional, then it's a foul. So let's say you did play against me and then you mistakenly knock me on as we all today reach out for the plate and the plate for them and I call foul. So it is between me and you, just we two involved in that particular plate day, for agree and for decide whether or not a foul or not to a foul. We can arrange and we decide whether or not foul or not to foul. Even in international stage, now so then they determine fouls and infractions in frisbee. But if on also not come to a decision, then on also they go meet the stand in ref, they go then decide where they go give the final verdict.
All right, so the dress code for play this sport now like soccer because though people they talk about in France then can use soccer boots and all because now on grass carpet then they play, but I see the players then now they use crepe and other stuff of shoe them and the vest look similar to soccer as well.
Yeah, well, the vest side now like soccer because every vest they get your number just for identify the players then were associated with a particular number, and also talking about the sneakers. Well, if you look international frisbee, in as much as people then go let then they use the football boots for play, but if you look again, most matches then people then can use crepe, so we can left her open because if international sports people then can use crepe, then we self can left her open for let we use crepe because presently we just the start. It's
Okay.
tough for anybody go able for buy your own personal boots, especially when our young athletes and young players that we get now.
All right, we go come to you again for tell you about our management structure and our executive or association structure. But quick one, let we go now to the Salone Premier League. Well, we see Rangers we play on Friday, then we go away na McKinney, and then we get for win against the Wusum Stars of McKinney. Well, Wusum Stars they face a lot right now in the league, and one of the teams that way really they struggle inside the league itself, and they struggle for cope with the kind of how the league they go. According to some of the views who they get that they lack the finisher, a striker, a pointed striker. But Rangers as the leaders being get for win and then being don't take the points and go now, but maybe they don't increase them points level now the league to 30. But Dopeii, what do you think about this? I don't say today you go talk five because Lions win now that you support. Them beat
Yeah,
yesterday.
God. That is,
Them beat
we not
them
to
win
Emmanuel.
away.
I didn't bias. We not to Emmanuel. I didn't bias. I didn't talk, you win or lose. I didn't give the fair opinion. Look, at the end of the day, like I said last week, Maggie, Ball Rangers, honestly, the president is very smart. Because you need for starts from the governing body. Because the kind of player the way don't count on board. The caliber of player the way this guy don't go recruit or count on board for can play for a team. That's one thing. Because they try for chase a back-to-back win. You know, me, I don't know if it ever been done before in a salon. One team win the trophy back to back. I think try for do something. I don't know if it's been done or never been done. I'm not too sure, but correct me if I'm wrong. And then they try for chase that day for win the Sierra Leone Premier League again. And the team, they're just it's chemistry. They play beautiful football. They get that chemistry, and you know they're missing one of the key pieces there. But even without Musa, they're still playing excellent football. They win. Football are about winning. No matter if now one goal or 38 goal na goal, win na win. And that's what they're doing. Every week in and week out, they win. So,
Yeah, and Abu Kome don't be the standout man. And one thing about Rangers team, anybody can score. So
exactly
we
because of the
see
chemistry where they get.
yeah, we see this fantastic goal from Joseph Cole, when one of them players them. It been so nice that he scored this goal inside the match, and he don't do exceptional well as well inside the
Yeah,
team.
look at
So
that. That's
this
phenomenal.
yeah, that's a wonderful goal. Let me take him again.
Also, the
So looking at
control.
how yeah, Bowen as a player this time, they even changed coach. Then you know they say you shift the goalpost at the middle of the match. Bowen just changed coach at the middle of the first round of the league, but then still maintain their winning streak, even though they don't draw 3 games in only 3 games they don't draw, but then continue for win. They don't win 9 matches, unbeaten. Then they score goals and it's all good for them at the moment. It's like the technical approach so far from the coach. They work for the club.
Excellent. It's excellent. Yeah, like look, they haven't lost. They've drawn three, they've won. They haven't lost. You know, for the fact say they not lose it, then they motivate them off men and not lose. And you know, changing coach sometimes can be a good and bad thing in sports. But I think because of the caliber of players the way they get and the mentality, the new coach that they don't bring on board, I think he's working with the players that they have and making them better at what they do. You know, I'm not
It's
saying
not totally new. It was studying the coach, but you know, Coach Abedi, Ebide Kenneh, and I be the coach for Cambo Eagles. So he joined Bo Rangers as an assistant coach. He be there under the coach
well, he's
way.
still new because now they're in charge. He new to
Yeah,
the role.
uh, and coach Abedi na somebody we know youth football. That is good. He don't deal with Sierra Leone under 17 national team. He don't deal
There you
with. He
go.
don't deal as as an assistant coach to various level of national teams them. So they know the
So,
players them as well.
You know the player them because from the up and they don't know the level of player the way they did it because they don't come up with the under 17, under 20, So he not work with them personally. So he understands. Yeah, so that's good. That's chemistry. That's chemistry from the coach to the player. That's chemistry where you coach understand the type of caliber player that you are, the quality where you get. Because you're able to call you say, I want to do this. Then you just say, I don't able to do it. But you know say you able to do it because you don't see you do it. Or say you get the ability for do it. So now the chemistry way they work with them. So kudos to them. They're doing great jobs. It's hard, for teams like Eastern Lions, how we able to catch that. But you never know. Right now, Arsenal Padua, so maybe it only takes.
There's any Arsenal draw Man City they buck foot. Any Arsenal lost point, Man City they buck foot. So what's waiting to happen with them Villa tonight? The Spurs now the most false life team now the world I don't see. They go beat City 1 or there. Leicester go alaki them 4.
They're doing tremendous.
Also. One of the teams there, this now the next match, then tomorrow Blackpool will play FC Johansen. But Dopeii, we also see Port Authority don't step up a bit now. Then they 5th now the table after where they win yesterday 2 goals to nil against them landlord them na Brahma Tuga Stadium. But that game they are in a parade they play. They beat the owner to the city. And
the key holders.
Yeah, and Port Authority they get a poor one when the league starts, but coming into the past few matches, they don't step their game a bit. What do you think about that?
Sometimes in life there's not how you start, now how you finish. So it can start bad, but the ending could be better. Port Authority, then I like the coach. I actually like the coach. I don't know the guy name, but Lamin. There's a history behind why I like him. Now friend to somebody who has Sabina, but no will call him. So according to the post, he's a good coach. So I like the guy because he's a good coach.
Yeah, he don't coach Guinea as well. It was fantastic. Yeah, he don't get a good record as well. But one thing about Port Authority, some people can say that the richest club in Sierra Leone, knowing that how they operate daily in the country with containers and all things.
Yeah, that's not like.
Yeah, but the management structure for the team look not pour enough money into the squad, and that can make them a struggle. As compared to the Gregman team, then they go all out for get some quality players there.
I've seen that, but football now, back in the days, football, they will build home goal. Not to say they will build talent, but back in the days, they will build talent. They cost up money for buy a player or draw a player for Konneh your team. Nowadays, even Salone Premier League, you gotta spend. You need to put money down for get the best player in the country for play the league. And that's what teams like Ball Rangers, teams like Eastern Lions, teams like Old Edwardian, and then they do. They buy player the way they know say they need. And yes, it's gonna be the asking price is gonna be ridiculous. Then they will know say the amount of money they buy some footballer for. You ask yourself why, but you're paying for what you get most of the time. Not all the time, most of the time.
All right. So also we see logo to your own team now, Estella. I mean, no more than this podcast will not get team, but they all get. Eastern Lions being beat by Boya Warriors by 1-0 yesterday inside Port Loco. Suleiman Escago being break the deadlock and score the goal inside 73 minutes for the Killers. But one thing where people can say, going into Port Loco, you get for prepare because now a very difficult ground for away teams them. Easy for pull points day. We don't still say they don't beat referees them that ground day. But anyways, the referee they beat and I go back, he go ref. He done the game. I said maybe I done this game. What do you think about Lions bouncing back after a run of poor results? Not able to score goals, getting draws in the matches, lost to Freetown City Football Club and all.
Oh, the Lions! No, we now from it, we'll go now the Lions. Then we'll go conquer them because now we are the Lions. So we allow for go. We allow for go and go do what you need for do. Look, everybody get hiccup. I think the Lions, they just needed to go back to the drawing board. play basic football, simple football, get that chemistry back together. I know say right now we don't lost one of our best striker there. But at the end of the day, you just need to play with what you get. The fact say then go now put lock then go. I know now 1-0, but forget that goal late, very hard. For go now, it seems like the team when they play is good because Bible Warriors, sorry. Seems like Bible Warriors, when you say they go for go play at home, doesn't matter what team you are, Rangers, Eastern Lion, everybody nervous because it's hard for go get points there. You even made all talk and say for go play the hardest one of the hardest players for go play. For the part say then go win, it's an achievement. I hope say then go use that motivation for the next game the way they come up, for build the player their morale and for encourage the player for better they play good. Because it takes one win. One win, then you can go on a winning streak. That's not a chance, and that one we need to look for. But at least my team don't win now. So
they say that guy will not buy, get one goal, one church itself, but we go see the money to
the guy church the ball.
So yes, Bible Warriors they be the third, but with Lions winning yesterday, Diamond Star be the third. So with Lions winning, Lions don't go third. Diamond Stars actually they played today, so a win, then can kick out Lions again. But Lions fans they pray let Diamond Star lost, so the Konneh man they will not agree on a Tawalo now. Tawale Dopeii cry, Dopeii. Not forget no football happiness this year until further notice. We want to focus for athletics. Let's focus. I don't want to win medal.
No. I was starting.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, now we go to Dimitrios in team. Well, team, I see the comment. He said they're not going to come. And the same complaint Lions they make. Lions say they're not going to finisher, and Wusum Stars say they're not going to finisher. Well, the league up the transfer. I see people that they buy player. And I can buy now when I fan striker them. I guess command them. But all Edwardians has been draw with Real Republicans, not neighboring team them because most people they can tell they support Republicans as well. So this game end 0-0 and all Edwardians not score, Republican not score. But now listen to waiting one player for all Edwardians be say and the assistant coach for Real Republicans after the match.
All Edwardians football team.
Okay, at the end of the 90 minutes plus additional 5 minutes, you end up for be man of the match, and this will happen for be your second time. What nice secrets behind this success?
The secrets not skinning. I do myself. Don't the coaches there they help me too. For be last 90 minutes, for the last 90 minutes.
Okay, so it could be
thanks to the coaches there for a good job.
Okay, so it could be a message to the fans of Oloredian.
The message to the fans there, and they tell them, well, let us stay cool. The second game I got against FC Caron, we will give you the victory against FC Caron.
Moment, Zabi, Elias Coach Cash, assistant coach here at Republicans.
Now we see Una play against Oloredian Football Club. Tell me about the tactics in the first 45 minutes.
Well, say this, we get a few games and they go there on the pipeline. So I can't tell you about the tactics. All the games in the fixture we're going to play. So if we give it our team, it will be a problem for we are.
Now we'll talk about what happened in the first 45 minutes. This particular game will just end.
Okay, thank you, sir. First 45 minutes, we observe how all the play. Then we capitalize over the team in the second half. The first half, we see how the match will go. It be there in favor. Because we try to study the format of the young program, sir. And we get them right. The team in the second half now will bring man the way, can change the team to win this match. As you see the second half and the first half, we take the second half. See it happen, sir.
Okay, you talk about saying the second half gonna take the lead in terms of possession. By the end of the day, it was 1-1. Now this time, gonna aim. At this time, gonna be the aim for.
No, we aim for win. We aim for win. We aim for win. Because we know what's now win there. Okay, we go to the table. Get me. Then there will be dissemination in preparation. On the back game, we play against Tigers. With the second match, now we can play so today with them. Get away slow. Then a point, it means a lot to be back again. Applause, sir.
Okay, so what would they expect from Real Republicans in the next match?
But since the final, must all win. Because why we get that fixture there for win? Because we get Eastern Lions on the 25th, all go away match at Trade Center. Then as you can see the result up to the in Proloco, they're in favor of free. So by all costs, our parade game we need for win.
All right, well, that's now Coach Cash. All right. Yes, that's what the coach say. Well, Coach Cash don't talk. He say if you talk well. Okay, so Dopeii, I see you laugh with Coach Cash they talk, but that's now waiting up yesterday in some of the matches that we play. And Edwards been there for draw with Real Republicans, and Coach Cashfield said the winning for Lions now disadvantage to them because after Central Parade, the next game now against Eastern Lions now Trade Center and they go away. So now how you go assess the league with all what happened these past few matches and going into Blackpool playing tomorrow? I think another set of matches there today as well. Lamboy FC also beat them fellow newcomers into the league way in Lua FC yesterday as well. But what do you think about the matches there and how the league, the league itself don't they go so far?
The league, it's very interesting. Besides Rangers, everybody else they for getting to that top 3, top 4, top 2. Right now, obviously Rangers they flying colors away from everybody. But Mighty Blackpool, Eastern Lions, Diamond Stars, Bibria Warriors, Port Authority, then top 6 team, they're not that far from each other. Like 2-3 points. Anybody can drop 2 games, you see yourself at the bottom half of the league. Or you drop 1 game from second, you can't fit. So it's very interesting. It keep everybody on the edge. And teams like Lumer, Republicans, Freetown, and Kalo FC, they try for build up for kind inside that second half of the table. That top 4, top 5, and they still get chance because we still get the first leg. We'll not play the second leg of the league yet, according to what's going on. So plenty of game, but it's just how smart. And also not forget, the player then get forget 1 out. With this so many games in the league, the player then battery they get for they look like say they get for die towards the end. So the team that will get like that squad depth, they can go all the way. Teams that get squad depth. That's why when you have squad depth, things like this they come into play. Because if you get, let's say, 40 games in the season, one player needs to play 40 games. You get for tire. He needs a rest.
Yeah, I think it's 34 games each team get for play because it's 17. Yeah, exactly. It's 18 league teams and 17 league matches per round. So first round is 17, second round 17.
Yeah,
so that's a lot.
Games. That's a lot. So you need squad depth. You need, making good changes, give some players a rest. Some game there, no, look, for example, in the highest league. Some game there, some team and things in an easy win. So then go with bench them best player, then put in, there's the second league player there. Not so because they disrespect the other team, because in their mind, the things in an easy win. They give the other player, I guess, for the hard game they're ahead. So
all right. So quick while you think say Musa Tomboing return to Bowen Jazz where he will start for playing at the second round of the league. Therefore be any added advantage to Bowen Jazz.
Maggie, a massive boost, especially coming in the second half of the league. Imagine, the first half done, they still lay ahead. They count Musa Tombola in the second half. The thing is, what to me, I want to get a challenge. I want to, from the second half, I want to see if they're able to catch up for being the highest goal scorer. Right now,
the top Abu Kome they lead with 6.
Abu get 6 goals. Then you get Ali, you get 4. The Bamba get 4. So how many games are left for the first half?
Yeah, they don't play 12 matches. It's only Blackpool and the other match today 11 matches. So it's 17 from 12 from 17 is about Asabi counts 5 more matches. 5 more matches.
So 5 more games. So I think if Musa comes in second half, that goal and boot, the winner easy. Musa is a goal scoring machine. Elect goal, elect for score. Anybody who elect for celebrate, elect for score. An easy way down there for Puta. So Bo Rangers, they can forget that extra boost. If they maintain the league, if they maintain their position, say the second half of the league, it just the only conversation we get for have every week. Now, how many goals they don't score? Or waiting how far then they're ahead. in the second half. That's from my opinion. I think they get for Musa get for getting a tremendous boost, and even for the fans are gonna be even happier. The golden boy don't come, you know. They get for be more excited to go out in numbers and continue for support, and you know they'll be going for back-to-back win in terms of in the Sierra Leone Premier League.
So it's both Rangers everywhere, topping the league chart and topping the goal chart as well. So it's like the advantage is on their side. Unstoppable, the team for beat. Now the league, we don't know it. They don't pass FC Calor, they don't pass Easter Lions, a team then get Blackpool for play or so. But you know, it's like the odds they show in their favor as of now.
Definitely.
Yeah, but one league there where we all don't forget about, when are the female league. They do well. The beginning they do well, but I don't know why. They play good football. So I think today come this now all fixtures now. I think this now all all fixture this. So this not they at all. So the picking that they do this not the actual top. Thanks to Coach Lamino of SLFN and they prepare them graphics there. They do very well. The top goal charts for the female league, Kumba Z Brahma, they lead with 15 goals. And you get Matilda Kaba, 13 goals. And you get Saleh Toure, we get 11 goals so far. So let's not forget the woman league. Instead they play, but the man league don't dominate. So they go watch the pick them as well. Yeah, you see that they score plenty goals inside.
They score plenty man themselves.
Well, it is what it is. Anyways,
we get 16 goal.
Yeah. All right, we come to part 2 again, and then we go come to we final set of draw before we say bye-bye. But remember, say we go jam out quick inside international football because Real Madrid don't become 6 times world champions in club football yesterday as they began for Wallop. The Saudi team Al Ali 5-3. That was a match to watch this morning, Dopeii. Madrid they scored the guys that they score back. But anyways, now we come to Patrick. We will come to that. Patrick, so tell me about your management structure. How the governing body for the sport they don't recognize you internationally or not still effect for reach that level there.
Actually, we don't reach out to the World Flying Disc Federation. We are in charge of all flying disc sports. They don't give me a list of criteria that we will fulfill before we able to get accreditation or approval from them. And presently, we don't tick some of these boxes and some yet for the ticked. So now the work with the so now. And Shauna say by the end of this year, so next year, we go down do all waiting until we for do. And rightfully, we will get approved by the World Flying Disc Federation. And then from then go begin for sponsor. We just like how FIFA they support all football bodies in the world.
All right, so coming home, how una structure they una get an executive, una get local bodies them like I get club football or whatever?
Well, presently, now the thing we try for do now, we need for ignite more people are interested in the sport, and after we don't do that, then we can divide. People can form the separate teams with the executives. For now, we take charge of Dande, form different teams, but presently we not get different teams because already we try for those people and not where they play the sport. So we just want to teach people more and learn more people for come on board because we know all of this be like cricket, as you say, we're not in some more than the player. We want for let this spread, so we want to let plenty people and come on board. We get a well-structured executive body when a group of younger men where they work with me assiduously. I want to tell them thank you, especially for the work yesterday when we get the exhibition match. They do very well because they all goal and for CC this ultimate frisbee go around Sierra Leone.
All right, so you did talk just now earlier. You talk about now the source fund from your own pocket. So how difficult how now they do for overcome this challenge?
We write initially when this project starts, we write a proposal and for maybe recognition of the sport as a sporting discipline, we write a proposal to the Ministry of Sport and we try to reach out to the Ambassador of Sport with the proposal, but yet still no response. So we just no go rest on Dande, no go sit on one place. So we decide to take the bull by the horn and decide for do things real way. And we know at the right time. sport
So
authorities them go.
I don't apply to the sports council for recognition, but they don't recognize on it.
No, not really the sports council. We reach out to the Ministry of Sport and the ambassador for sports with the
Yeah,
proposal
but
and all.
now me
But
they put that so you say as somebody who into sport now the National Sports Council now for try write that letter too. Now then they in charge for
okay,
that. Yeah.
okay,
So
we go
try
try
and
for
meet
do
the
that.
National Sports Council. Now then they do National Sports Authority now, NSA. Before now be
Okay,
sports council, yeah. So when I write letter to them, now then they recognize una and then from there the ministry can come in. All right.
oh,
So I see some of your athletes they are around here. You want to say something?
well, I want to tell them plenty thank you for their continued belief where they don't get in me for make sure say I dey drive this sport with them together for make sure say this sport go around Sierra Leone and very soon people then will begin see this sport as a profession and people then will begin see this sport as a way as a source of getting a source of living from this sport.
All right, stay with we with the Kango Jishna. Stay with we. We do the last draw. We get 30 people. Hashtag Max Tribune. Now the comments waiting for send and be part of the draw. We dey do the draw soon. But Dopeii, Real Madrid become the champions for World Club Football for the 6 times. And
Oh,
yesterday
six.
was a
You said that
Valverde
five.
versus Valverde, that's what they call him, Valverde or what, and Vinicius Day because we see how they run riot. But also, Igalo and team play fantastic football and get 3 goals against the Europe Champions League champions, and that was good. Seems like they're playing good football in Saudi as well. So people not for the laugh we go say then go let the score na pa goalkeeper away not better. So you see how then the Saudi team play. Saudi are the only team we beat Messi in team in our World Cup. So I respect the Saudi league. Most Ronaldo they play na better league.
Oh, Saudi Premier League, the Depa recruits very, very good player there around the world. You know, not to and the thing is they not look for retirement player. They not a player that they don't retire, they want them playing in the league. They want people that were them very active and strong and still in the league in terms of their prime for them play because the Saudi League won't be like the Premier League, the Spanish League, and Serie A and German League. They're trying to develop in that way. So that's why they're encouraging all these guys. But they have this rule of I think what's it 5 or 4 foreign player there, so that they hold them back. But maybe if the federation go be more open in terms of allowing more foreigners to play in the league in the next 3 or 4 years, that league for very big, very good, very interesting to watch. The fact that they take team like Real Madrid, even though Real Madrid this season, they're lacking form in their domestic league, but then take them to a 5-3 win against Madrid. Madrid beat them 5-3. It shows that Saudi team then they're not easy, and they're very good. Madrid, I don't know because when the season starts, people they say Barca starts slow, Madrid starts fast, Madrid they play fine. Right now, the tables have turned. Barca is the one that's picking up the ball. They're running with it. Madrid is still trying to find, their form. And not to say they get any injuries. The injuries not there. Them big player the all day. But I think in terms of chemistry and all that, look for example, Kamavinga the go play as a defender. He's a defensive mid player, but I think he can play a left or right back. So the coach puts her in that position, because they get
Yeah.
too much midfielder there. Chouamani, Cruz, Modric, they're still there in form. People like Valverde, Benzema, Vinicius Junior. Vinicius Junior is one of the young, the best young players out there. So the Madrid should be winning games week in and week out. But again, chemistry, it's not working right now.
All right.
Plus,
But at least they don't win 1 cup for the season. They better pass. They better pass.
They don't win 1 cup, but they don't lost 2 cup.
They better pass una.
They don't
They
lost
better
against
pass
Barca.
una.
They better pass you, but they don't lost against Barca.
All right, that's Madrid. But Dopeii, another thing again I want for bring your attention to now the Victor Osimhen shining in Napoli, taking them
Oh,
into
that
where they
one,
want to go. We see
oh
how
my God.
we talked about that last week, and after that, he scored 2 goals more for Ato Intale 16. It's been fantastic. I've seen how the stadium and they sing his name. It's been the king of Napoli.
He's bringing joy back into Napoli, man. You know, Osimhen is the thing is, you don't even know say that about young. He's only 20 or 21. Very young. Very, very young. I remember watching him in the under 17 World Cup for Nigeria when he win golden boots. And I began showcasing talent. I remember watching him at the under 17 World Cup for Nigeria. And from then on, you know, he had a couple of hiccup in some teams in France. I think he been Lyon or Lille, pick to say because he was still young. But since we Napoli don't buy him, it shows say he's very strong, he's very versatile, he's a good footballer in finishing. And the fact say Nine for making Napoli win this league because it score week in and week out. You know, and if you don't score, the thing is when you watch Napoli they play, you're not selfish. If you get ball, if you're not in a position for any to score, it pass. You know, some striker they could do all out for score, for win the boots, for make sure they get the glory. In footballer, when they watch Napoli play, not to so in there. If you know say in the able score, it pass the ball. And if somebody else score, he happy for celebrate today. He doesn't get angry. You're not jealous. Not so jealous footballer. So that's what making him so good. You know.
Yeah.
I wish we Chelsea get for Bayern, we get for Konneh Chelsea. Let us keep that, you know, the energy.
now they buy. Then go
They buy.
one play with them make they say Chelsea
You
player traveling.
need to keep the energy. You need to keep the energy.
All right, we first win and say, wow, congratulations to me. I am supporting Manchester United and I love Rashford. Really, okay.
I would ask for
you don't do well. You win, but the person will donate the giveaway. It's Manchester United. You know,
When I
like them at all.
for you,
Yeah, even for Giddy giveaway, I get for support Barca small. Support Barca small for let the giveaway come out. Anyways, she's saying thanks, Max Sport, and congratulations to me again. Another person they say a lot of questions coming from the phone here. But I'll come to you before we go. Lord, just do the draw quick and I'll go ask you them question. Then they people watching all over from Sierra Leone, McKinney, Daru, Maboka, Freetown, Congo Tong. Thanks guys for your support as well. Dimitri was a Sierra Leone, we not like people where they support others. That's not true. It can very difficult to describe or put it down. From Augustine Fallah, he said, I'm a fan of Rangers. Wusum Stars were one of the deadliest team to play last season, but now not hearing of them. Why? That's the same question I have, because last season Wusum Stars was up to third position and then they play well. Fallah, you win game inside McKinney, it'll be very difficult, and also they win away. Booyah, they score for them, so we don't know what's in the problem. Maybe then go fix that through their own system. According to the captain and the goalkeeper in one of the interviews will do is say they lack striker for score for them. But let we go quick and do the draw, and then we go carry round up and say bye-bye. 35 people up for this. Who go win? Let we see.
Yeah, this every week the number they go up. We get for hit 50 people that Paris giveaway. What a woman.
Today that woman they win. Now Valentine Day is a woman's war. I tell you, Dopeii. Say yes. This na Valentine, they buy for them boyfriend them. Or the husband. They will go buy boxer. They say woman and a boxer no more than they give for Valentine gift. I want a time so Valentine card. They go buy polish, black polish. Dopeii, how they dance so there's salon picky there. I know they do the time they go and watch. I can just in a corner to watch me party there. They bye. I know they mix.
Black polish. You for shine the shoe.
Dimitros today they kick una out. Now woman they win. This. Let we see waiting the captain for Blackpool they say. We get for invite to run at the show. For that tell we more. Maybe where the first round so no one for taking attention because it focus for one after for letting army one after Rangers. So one guy the Williams, they watch the show and a big fan of Max Tribune. He also they do fantastic with Blackpool as a captain. We will surely bounce back stronger. Viva. All right, Cape. We will watch una tomorrow. Hopefully we will show a game against FC Johansen. Ibrahim they say short player. What's in this they say? Exactly, people they think say development no they take place in Salone. Anyways, it is good we they get some small development in the country. Imagine Babadi they try for help, especially the football area, and people they talk about in thief money. Now we self not like we self. The mean I they send down the woman they plan for now this week. Now
The me one get on internet and you don't give away see from Ronaldo. He said the goalkeeper a contractor.
I didn't answer him. They try to get at me. He also they say the league Tombo get for be the top goal scorer. And I see the freebie sport people then yeah. Emmanuel they say I'm supporting Mighty Blackpool. We can go now. No cap. Congratulations, Awana to this now the second time Awana to the win. You remember the first time we win as well. Freebie Flying Dicks is very interesting sport from Cherino Majuba. No vex, so if you not win today, join we next Sunday. We also get giveaway for Guy. Yeah, we go give giveaway as well. We get a lot of people. This was a nice one, Mr. President. Mr. Pato Josh from Sheku. Mr. President, it seems as if you get lots of accolades from the comment section. Honestly, after watching the exhibition match yesterday, I understand a lot. That's from Cherino again. And Dimi, Maggie through the goalkeeper away Ronaldo score 4 against now left me but Zichenko not to the effect was so that's so I would go back. No, not gonna mind. This was say when did our qualification for AFCON will start inside match? So we go round up with that Dopeii, but quick one. Prezo, waiting go be your round up message and how new people then go join. If we na Eastern one for play freebie, also go meet now.
Well, we want for call on everybody really watch. We want for call on the whole of Freetown, and we want for call on the whole of Sierra Leone. For come on board and support this new initiative and this new avenue. Way now another way again. Way maybe some other people way they into sports, but they don't think say football long flop as people like this say football and other sports again. You can come and can learn ultimate frisbee from the scratch. Within our Prince of Wales school grounds every Saturday at 9 a.m. We ready for train anybody we want for land body sport. And anybody we want for support we within our Prince of Wales school field every Saturday at 9. You can check with Facebook page at Sierra Leone Flying Disc Federation. Now then in our Facebook page, you can go there, like and comment and drop away a message if you want for no more about ultimate flying disc.
All right, thank you, Prezo, for joining me today, Patrick, and we hope for the get you in this show for telling more about the ultimate flying discs. And we don't learn a lot today about the sports, and for people who will not be know them, they don't know them now. But also, I want to make you sharp your eyes, shine them, because we got people that are the sport in the salon. One guy out rugby, don't suffer, nine people away, if they call for help, and because you know, be get money now, like yourself, they get at the bobo there, and the man. You know, you don't can't get recognition from the NSA and the NOC. Now, the one that the big no more so now help put money, one part and grab, you want thief the spot now. You're going to put now saying I get this spot. Now the president, now the chair lady. And I will come to you back now and do another one calling name. But you know himself. But that matter they go try I think they don't try for settle them. So shine your eyes because now you suffer, you're gonna feel, take your money away for take care of your family, put a day. The people that you get for call back, you go tell me later and then get for cafe. So shine your eyes. Thanks for joining us. We will get you some other time. So any message for we brother Dopeii?
Let me give a message. I give me a message.
Yeah, you give a message because you know athletes. Dopeii na superstar. It would prepare for the Olympics. They represent Australia in junior athletics, in senior as well. Now I represent Sierra Leone.
Like what you say, Maggie, no, the right thing, Nandi, you know. I think if you know Mr. Patrick go in the right channel there, recognize the sports, make sure and get that sports recognized frisbee under a name by the NOC. At the end of the day, if anybody come, you will be the first. You understand? But like let's say Maggie say no more. You just need for watch it back because at the end of the day, the people the way they call for KIP now, the bag will come under you. So you need for fan the people the way they able to us, you know. And this is a new sports where you don't show people in a salon, and it's gonna. I feel like it's gonna go far and wide. And congratulations to you for taking that bold step, for putting your name and putting your hand up. Say I mean, the first person, I mean, for Tara. And like I'm they say that money for use for feed the family. Now they invest for something like this. Hopefully, that investment will pay off in the long run, long future. So thank you, and thank you for showing the people a new sport. And just keep fighting, man. Maybe one day we'll get for car. We'll do a whole frisbee.
All right. Thanks, guys. But Dopeii, before we go, people that they ask about Leone Star. Well, we see other countries they don't call their home base that they train now because now next month the qualification for resume and we for play Sao Tome and Principe, in we next match. Say we not been win any since last year we play. I think so we need for win that game day. But as it is now, other like Liberia, other countries they can prepare. They don't get them players, them home base them first where they prepare. So what do you think Kista for they do? I see they rove around the various leagues them, they watch the teams that they play. Probably we might see a list soon from the head coach when John Kista.
Yeah, I think March is another 2-3 weeks away. Not far. So I think as a head coach, John Kista, yes, it'll go watch the league there. It again idea of the player there, the home base player the way he wants that in team. So if not NRA, if they do the invitational training session there, couch player there, what you think say you get a number of 30 at the end of the day, the cut on to 25 or 24, whatever number you please. They invite some 30, 40 player there, do a training camp and see how they are. It's going to be hard right now because the national stadium is inaccessible. So in terms of training camp na Salone, it's going to be very difficult.
Well, they don't go look the stadium na Bowe Baba the bill and CAF they don't send for assess so they wait for the result. Now we know that stadium go pass. It go pass
exactly. So if that may pass, that can be the new headquarters for the national team, home base and abroad. Because right now, Salone we stadium there under renovation. So then they go be the new headquarters until then they done. So if Namina Kista, I need for assemble the player there right now. I'm not going for wait till match done or bit of match.
No, we wait till Musa to begin play. For the all right, so I wanted to say I'm supporting Arsenal from McKinney. Thanks. So we get one somebody from Frito, one somebody from McKinney. We win this week, but then two opposite Arsenal and Manchester. This winning here is well anyway. The me una not vex sporting represent una pa the winning. Una go ask for small thing. Can I know the performance of our darling Leone Stars players on their different league across the globe? Sorry, Musa Vandy will not get time now, but all I can tell you, Sule Kaikai score yesterday. Them go 1-1 and it happened for be the player we score for a new team we don't join. We go try for compile a list for the show next week and bring to you how we play that they perform abroad. And another one I had to say, Dopeii, I wish you all the best in the next Olympic. Now you guys for bring with first gold medal for Salone. All the best. Kudos, bro, Mr. Pato Jos Falls from Mohamed Kanyaya. And the last one from Awana to say, this time now how much so? Because I want to just go buy me Val gifts for my mom. Well, the giveaway this time now 200 is I don't call her all money 200. All money 200. So they will call you. Only for trust. Pato go that all money we sabu not sabi new money. Only for trust. Petros go call you soon. Yeah, I don't feel so you need for trust today. Because Petros supposed for distribute. Maybe
Mama I go to us.
They say bye bye now. Pato, you just laugh when they talk about Chelsea, Arsenal. Who's team you did now? All Dopeii the one side.
We go yesterday, Arsenal.
You get Arsenal face. They all do me. They get the same face. With our not to are the same face they get. Okay, thanks guys for joining us. We'll go soon next week, but keep sharing the page and continue for following on Instagram. The same name, Max Tribune Sport. Instagram, YouTube channel. You can subscribe there as well. We get some lovely stuff on sports what they bring to you every day. But also stick to the page and make sure you be part of the journey for make Max Tribune become one of the biggest online sporting platforms in Africa. All right. Thanks, Dopeii. We miss Emmanuel so much today. Two
I
lost,
know,
one draw. The
mathematics.
man lost na the show. Now mathematics. two lost, one. All right. Thank you, Pato. You know, most people like in PV will make plaba for. So Pato, we don't text me. Not the last, you know, me know the BPR for no association. But what will they do? We go get on the voice for talk about your sport. So we get on the voice today. We continue for follow your sport. Anytime you get program invite, we will come around and do your role winner for talk and write about sport. Until then, Dimi they say happy Valentine's, you all including you, Maggie. Lol, true, no, waiting do and no win. No problem. Thank you for the message. I will bring gonna doping video they run Wednesday. I go watch out. Now me and they go, they travel, they go, they bring Dopeii interview live. Until then, have a blessed Sunday, and we talk next week.
Thank you very much. Have a good night and good morning.